Good morning, YouTube family. Community solution. I'm glad you in here because I don't know. All last night I just been brainstorming. I've been brainstorming yesterday with a couple of people, and then all last night I was just thinking about something. Now I have a meeting I gotta go to. It's very important, and like I said, I be changing laws and policy. Now we know all over the world, most inner cities, there's been a lot of shooting. Good morning, Gigi. A lot of shooting when it comes to our youth. And up here, upstate New York, where I live at, we have a lot of, we have so many programs. We have the gun back program. We have the police advisory committee where the police and the resident have interaction. I came up with that 8 years ago. They'd been had it, but it was dead. So I came back up with it. Had the police doing basketball with the young guys in the community. They go fishing, they go on trips and stuff like that. And now we have this shooting. I was gonna put the video out too in the inner city where I grew up at, because that's where I do a lot of my work at. And I was thinking about, okay, being these kids are young, and we know that the criminal justice system target our kids a lot when it comes to felonies and stuff like that. So I just wanted other people's point of views, because y'all be having a lot of point of views, and I'm just being honest, because let me know if I'm wrong. I'm looking at y'all comments in the chat. Now, I was thinking about, what about holding the parents accountable? For all these kids from 17 on down, do you think I'm wrong for that? Let's hold a parent accountable, and let's have a people court, which that means that the parent will have to go on court on behalf of what their young child did. Because some of them, like, these kids is 14, 15, 16 years old with guns. And they're going to be held accountable. Yeah, we're going to hold them accountable. Good morning, Ian. But I was thinking, what about holding the parents accountable? Because sometimes we try to justify different stuff, and majority of parents know what the kids are doing. They do. So do you think that'd be a good idea of holding the parent accountable? For one thing, okay, the kids at a school, and this shooting occurred when they got out of school. They was on the other side of town, and when they was shooting in an area where other kids 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old was getting off the bus. So instead of, we have all these other programs. We having the mayor, he did his dad talk Saturday. He real involved in the community. And I said, you know what? Now, I done brought the gun back program. We did that. We did a police advisory committee. What about holding the parents accountable? Do y'all think I'm too hard on that? I don't want to be biased. I don't want to, I'm just about what about holding them accountable? I'm gonna drop the link, because I really I've been struggling with this, and I had to bring this to the table tonight. So at the city council meeting. But then, you know what? This showing up for school, but at the school. And then another idea I was saying, that look at the attendance, what they've been doing, have they been in trouble for, or they're on probation, all that. See, all that coming to the intake of the individual. Because remember, I'm a retired case manager. So they're going to come into the intake, their treatment plan, everything they had done. So now you catch this young individual in a shooting, or maybe he a victim of the shooting. I think I should hold a parent accountable. And it do start at home. It start at home. And don't get me wrong, it's some parents, let me tell you something. Their kids ain't even in the inner city. And still they find their way in the inner city and they're in the mess they ain't supposed to be in. And they're supposed to be home, come to find out they live a whole different life. I know that's going on too. So the end of the day is I was thinking about doing that. And I'm gonna be off for a couple of weeks because I got a lot of meetings and stuff I have to go to. And come up with all this stuff. So I was like, let me ask my YouTube family that I'm gonna bring that up. And there's some other stuff I have too, but I'm not gonna tell y'all. But one of those I want to put in it. Should I hold a parent accountable when a child's 17 and under? Because for one thing, it's a lot of stuff going on, and we always want to justify it with, poverty, housing, low income, you know what? The hurt because the dad ain't in a home or the mother ain't in a home. Now I know that's a lot. I know that's in that. Hold on 1 minute. Sorry, guys. The system has so many ways to lock us up forever. But no, that's what I'm saying. Not locking up. That I'm not trying to do that, Gigi. No, because I know that that's one of the problems too. Yeah. And see, matter of fact, I ain't really tell y'all the story. A couple of years ago, my god sister daughter got killed by a youth gunner. And every year we give her anniversary. It was on Halloween. She never go out or nothing. And my god sister let her go out to a party, and she didn't want her to go because she wasn't feeling it. But the big brother went with her, and she was 16 and wound up dying. First time ever going to a party and wound up dying. So we've been coming up with all these programs and everything or whatever, and we even asked Mercy for his parent and him. That little boy could have got life, 25 to life. So we just asked for the minimum 15 to not even 15 to 25. We asked for 5 to 15. So at that 5, he probably do like 3.5 or whatever. And they probably give him 25 years of parole. So and we prolong that. So because they was trying to get him 25 to life. But and some of these kids ain't even coming from bad homes. They're not. So we're not even gonna use that excuse. But what can we do besides this and a definite one? Just shooting. Okay. Okay. So that's what I was thinking about. Something they're gonna do. Community service or something. We had scare trait program up here where they go in the weekend and they stay in the county jail for the weekend. And we have a couple of guys talk to them and stuff. And you gotta treat them just like inmates. They get no special privilege, but they're over there by the youth. But the older ones take care of them and make sure, nobody don't bother them and stuff like that. So we even have that program up here. And now, with everything going on, we had to stop that for a couple of years. So we're gonna start that back. So that's what I'm saying. We got all these programs, but it seems like nothing scaring these kids. I mean, these kids like fearless. Ain't nothing scaring them. I mean, nothing. And I'm be honest. We even got metal detectors in the high school. And this is no lie, guys. Metal detectors. So, how do a young guy get pistol whipped last week? And they got metal detectors in the school. How'd that happen? So now we had to shut the school down for the shooting on the other side of town. And then for the young boy getting pistol whipped in school. And then, yes. And then we had security guards and a police officer. Where they was at? How did this child get through these metal detectives with a gun? And you got a police officer there and security guards. And see, this is what I'm saying. I always had to come up with the solution. And it felt like I always got to be the bad guy. And I said, Lord, why me? Why me? And I took a long break, but I still, was guiding people and stuff like that. So now when it hit home, yes, and Gigi, we are. That's what we doing. We doing that now. We have. And yes, Keystone. And cause I'm be honest, see, my kids ain't go to school like that, both my daughters. So where they went to school, they had cappuccino machines and stuff like that. But and it doesn't matter with me. It doesn't matter what school they went to or whatever. It could happen to any school. But I'm saying, how could it happen to a school that we put up metal detectives in the school so this won't happen? Now I came up with that idea. Now y'all think I did say it was harsh, it feel like they're going to prison and this and that or whatever. But yet, y'all still got kids getting face slash and all that. And they got metal detectives. But you know what, Keystone? Nope. I disagree with that. Because let me tell you something. You got kids in that same school system going to the NBA, going to the NFL, track, swimming, best sports, engineering, artists, architect. These kids are so educated. So no, you got to realize these ain't just inner city kids. These are kids in the whole Hudson Valley. So when you talk about my inner city, I would laugh like, oh, wow. Some parts look like the third world, and then some parts are like totally different. So again, you talking about a city that inner city that you got be in the city and don't even see the bad parts of the city. Yes, this upstate New York. This is upstate New York. So again, you can't use that for excuse because majority of them, like, okay, I have a nephew in that school system, no problem at all. No problem at all. Boy, into computers, everything, no problem at all. That don't affect him. And yeah. So I was just like, you know what? Because I was just picking my brain last night, and I said, when I'm always coming to the table with something, they're always like, whoa. But it happened. So I just want to make sure this right here, because I ain't never asked y'all nothing. I said, let me just ask, my YouTube family. I'm too harsh on this one? Again, good morning, House Houston. But yeah. So when I come to the table, I don't want everybody to think, oh, here the Sheila go again. I think I should be a little bit. I've been very, compassion. I've been showing empathy, patience, caring, understanding, all that. Right, community. And I want to know, before I bring this up, do y'all think it's too harsh? Will you want somebody to hold you accountable if you're 17, 16, 15, 14 out there shooting? Do you think, I'm going to ask you guys in the chat, do y'all think y'all should be held accountable? Remember, this is still under your watch. Now, I'm not talking about an innocent bystander. No. I'm talking about, you said no? Okay. I'm going to drop the link. Why? Okay, come up if you can, Keystone. Right. Because the end of the day is, now, we could talk to our kids, but we know they're going to do some things they're going to do anyway. But look at it, guys. Let's look at it. Having a child is a big responsibility. And I think, as I always said, go back to the parent. When it not grown. And some of them doing protect their lives. They're scared. And good morning.
Good morning. When I type, because I'm driving right now, because I'm far away. I'm in Renton right now. So when I be typing, you know what I mean, just come to the comment, and and it doesn't come out right when I'm trying to drive and type at the same time. And my opinion is, yeah, be as harsh as you can be.
I didn't want to be too harsh. I really didn't. But I was
And that's my opinion on it. You got to be harsh with these children. Because if we don't do our job as parents, we don't do our jobs as mentors or everything, guess what? You got a system out here of imprisonment and punishment that'll be harsh on them. We got to make sure we keep them out and teach them the right thing.
Okay. So that's also, let me ask. I said, you know what? Let me ask y'all, because I never asked y'all different stuff before. I said, because I want to look outside of, And like people always say with Sheila, you don't live in the inner city. You don't live. Well, I grew up in it. I'm working in it. I'm coming up with solutions. I'm coming up with problems. And what?
Right, exactly.
So before I make this move.
But they don't report that. You know what I'm saying?
No, this one I got back home.
Saying that. We just had, like, you got outside of Philadelphia, you had a city called Chester. Chester been having a lot of shootings this week.
Mm-hmm.
They just shot up a car with two.
See what I mean? This what I mean.
A couple nights ago.
This is Chicago.
Then in the city of Northeast Philly, a pregnant woman was killed. They shot her head and they shot the woman in stuck. She lost her baby too.
See, and that's what I'm saying. I don't want to, like, I was in a meeting. We did a Zoom meeting, and I was in a meeting just, texting different ones and letting them know, well, I don't want to feel like I'm a bad one, but it's like a light went off on my head this last round. Because they're like, okay, let's see what Sheila say. Let's see what Sheila brings to the table. So I'm going to do a whole, good morning, Terrence, a whole different, I'm going to bring a whole different point of view this time.
Right.
I'm just going to say hold the parent accountable. And let's come up with people court.
What we need to do is come up with solutions.
And that's what I'm saying. Through that solution, then there's a lot of stuff I can't tell y'all. But I was saying that's one of the
stuff that's about to go down. You know what I mean? They're about to do a big clean sweep before 2022, before the year is out in all these cities.
But they already did
anyone still with
they already did anything that
still with it. But they ain't do that down here yet. They're gonna be doing it soon. Anyone your association with these people is done. They're done,
And that's a community, and that's why I was saying this is a battle between evil and good. And the meanwhile, evil is not gonna overcome good. So the meanwhile, ain't no excuse because you got some kids staying in the same environment, probably worser and doing better.
Sure, give me a few minutes. I'm in a bad zone now.
Okay, go ahead. So yeah, I was saying the same thing. Good morning, Tim. Again, you had the kids.
Okay, I can hear you now. Cause right now I'm headed to the Pennsylvania Turnpike.
Okay, so, you had some kids in the same situation, but worse off, and they're still focused. They in gangs, they're into the education. They're trying to fight their way out of poverty. Why their mother on drugs? Why their father ain't there? Why their mother going away for a couple of days on drugs, and they got to take care of their brother and sister like that. So you had some kids even worse off, not having food in the house or whatever. And they're not out there doing that. They're just praying one day, Lord, just let me just graduate out of school and go to college and leave this. I'll leave this behind. So you had a lot of people I grew up with had done that. And you had some kids now
going. You can look up Kensington, Philadelphia, and you can see the drug abuse that goes on there and the violence.
Okay. So that's what I'm gonna do. I said, let me ask y'all because I wanted to good morning, family. How you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning. What is your point of view on this?
Well, you have a good enforcement attitude, Sheila, and I think it will make a difference there where you at in Hudson County.
Okay.
Because you was in politics before, so you know that ropes, you know the ins and outs.
You said, okay, I have I had to change some policies, some laws, right? And these are our youth out there shooting 17, 16, 15, and 14. Okay, I came with the police advisory committee. I came up with that. I came up with the gun back program. After school program, we ain't want no other program. Also, I came up with putting metal detectors in the school. These kids still bringing guns in schools. Now they're shooting when they're at a school on the other side of town when you got young babies coming off the bus, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 years old. So should I hold the parent accountable?
Yes,
Also,
you should.
it's some the kid too, to a certain extent. Long as no killing in it.
Sheila.
Go ahead, keep it real.
They want to, after they see that, they're going to want to piss their pants.
Real, go ahead. You say I'm here.
Grand Rising.
Good morning.
So what exactly situation is this? Because the title alone, it just tells me, what do you think is wrong? And I want to know what's wrong with what.
Okay. Do you think I'm wrong for holding the parents accountable for what these kids out here shooting?
Oh, no, absolutely. You're supposed to, because that's what I say all the time. At the end of the day, if a white identity extremist or a black identity extremist, which we all know is usually white, but let's just say if it's a black one too, they get up to the school shooting up everybody because this wasn't that. What? At the end of the day, their ratchet cracker parents had the guns at the house. And that's what need to be investigated right along with their ratchet criminal ass and tried as an adult.
Okay. And that's why I was saying, because some of these parents know what the kids are doing. And they go back to the home, holding them.
The guns came from them. They're the ones who took them to the gun range when they was 2. It taught them how to shoot.
Well, I took mine at 8, and they ain't coming out
good. And they're not coming out like that because we're doing it in a real defense. At the end of the day, one day these cracklets is going to jump out of trash cans and blast your black ass. And there's some sharpshooters. There's some sharpshooters. And so you can do that how you want to if you want to get the little black girl a little Uzi.
Oh, believe me, my girls ain't leaving home without it. They stay strapped. So
I don't like none of these.
Yeah. So that's what I was saying. Do you
every time we talk about some shit, y'all make the video private? What's going on? Last time I came, I tried to watch a playback and see.
Oh yeah, I hold it. Yeah, I mean different stuff because you know what, the same ones. Like
don't ask me if you don't want the Sheila E's to know. Don't ask me shit.
Okay, no, this not gonna be on private because they be stealing my stuff.
Because I said what I said.
Go ahead.
And I meant it from the heart.
What you said? Go ahead.
Whatever. I don't remember. I said it. And I meant it.
Okay.
And yeah.
Keep fading it on this damn turnpike.
Oh, you feeling good this morning, family. That's what it is.
Well, I'm supposed to be asleep. I'm finally drunk enough to go to sleep, and there you go.
Oh, no, because I had to go to an important meeting. And I really got to bring some stuff to the table.
I like when you speak, I like your platform. It's very inviting to our people. So I come up here and I case the space.
And I love your point of views and your advice. Because I take it in.
Keystone, do I know you from
before? It was good, Yusuf. Hi, Sheila. How you doing?
How you doing? Good morning. Oh, I think
I know Keystone already.
Keystone, he's from Philly.
Well, I'm from, my family's there too, but I'm from Harrisburg.
Yusuf, he said he was going through a bad zone like a couple minutes ago.
Yeah. Oh, I feel like I remember him from somewhere.
Yeah, I'm going to mute him up. Okay.
Sheila, can I offer a quick thought?
Go ahead.
Okay. So what's good, Yusuf? Again, thank you for introducing me to Sheila. I was really excited when you shared her video.
Yeah.
So Sheila, just real quick, I definitely agree that to some extent parents should be held accountable for their minors' behavior. But I wish that in such a punitive nation and system like the United States of America, that just as much emphasis and energy was put into preventative measures When you look at the lack of curriculum, extracurriculum activities available for our kids, and we just leave them to their own vices, we leave them to run the streets and do whatever and find their own time, they'll find their own time. When you go to well-resourced communities, and I'm not even just talking about race, I'm talking about class
Right.
and
Go ahead.
elitism.
HB,
Yes,
do
sir.
they talk about AKA cornbread? Do they talk about when it's the black ones? And hold on, what you say? I'm drunk.
No, you're good. I was talking about well-resourced communities having a lot more activities for the young people than poor neighborhoods. That's what I'm talking about.
But it was something about that because they don't do that for niggas.
It's up here. Up here, they well taken care of upstate New York.
Well, let me just say this: this country has not divorced itself from its obsession of punishing Black people, dating back to enslavement, right? So it's like, again, we just saw an example of this with Kyle Rittenhouse. There's no way a 17-year-old Black boy could do a fraction of what that boy got away with doing. So it's just like, yes, we can always look at the products of systems and say, should we punish parents? Should we punish kids? And I definitely think we need to do that in order to ensure community safety. Absolutely. Right. But in the same way that imprisonment doesn't really work because there's not really a re-education, there's not really like a pouring of resources and, again, preventative measures. If you just discipline someone for bad behavior when the system is already set up against them, there's not really a real cure that is being offered to our people. And I think sometimes people get lost in these conversations because they're so passionate about it. And they go from one end of the spectrum to the other. Like, I think it's nonsensical to say don't hold people accountable.
I remember too, fam.
But what do we do in order to decrease the amount of harm that's taking place in our communities?
Nothing.
That's all I want to talk about.
Okay. Nothing. We need to hold these parents accountable because when they go and shooting up places, that's what I was saying. That's what I remembered, Houston Brad. And I'm glad that you kept going and stayed on track because that's what I was saying, what I heard you say. Because they don't go and track. Every time something happened with a Black kid, boy or girl, they say, where was his mammy at? Badass mammy raising. But when it's a white identity extremist, nobody says where it was. It's caucus crookus.
And you know what? That's why I was saying, look, we got so many programs up here. We got so many after school programs, basketball, engineering, architect, barber, doing nails here, swimming, everything up here, upstate New York, tennis, golf, everything they need, we have up here, upstate New York. So we don't need another program. We have it so set that they have getaways for the weekend. So you mean to tell me we have all these programs and they're so comfortable, the bus come and get them?
What they doing on the weekdays though, Sheila?
This the weekdays. After school, your kid don't even have to, you don't have to pick them up nothing. The bus will come and take them to the program.
I don't trust nobody.
Miss Sheila E., can I pose a question to you?
Go ahead.
I'm not sure what city you live in. You definitely don't have to share, but I'm really curious, right? When you look at your city investing in law enforcement, compare that budget to the budget that they offer for community activities, community rec centers, preventative measures, educational programs. And I'm pretty sure that the budget that is offered to policing would dwarf whatever budget is offered to community initiatives. I have found that to be a pattern across the country, regardless of socioeconomic status and all that.
I wonder why.
And you say, go ahead. You say that, but no, our budget for them, we were just talking about that last week in the work session. That is the budget for the police officers and the fire department always rule every other budget, but it don't rule the police department budget. Don't rule the budget that they have for the youth, the activity. I mean, and that's why I think that the police is so funny. You said that. That's why I think the police saying that we need to keep on needing half of the budget for the city budget because of what's going on with our youth. But I'm saying no. Let's hold. You got everything. We got these kids set up lovely that when they graduate out of school, they graduate with associate's degree.
That's only there though. We don't got that everywhere else across the U.S. We need that to expand. That is a very worthy movement.
And I came up with that too.
And
So
expand it.
Y'all, I gotta hop down, but I'll be in the bushes.
okay.
Thank y'all. Take care.
Okay, and thank you for your
your
input.
bread,
Yes,
aka
ma'am.
cornbread.
Yes, sir. Yusef, you my guy. Y'all take care.
This some bullshit.
So I'm not gonna hold y'all long. I just want to know that I was being so harsh.
No, you're not. And this is what needs to be done. You see, there needs to be some type of equilibrium and some type of energy and force from the Black community. And whether that's through Black media, Black entertainment, or just straight up on Black, it needs to be a counteractive measure. And so it's not all on the backs of the Black women's, but the ones that come up to do it, we got to support it. And it's just so much going on. And
It is. It is.
Ain't nothing wrong with how you feel.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, yeah, because I'm gonna bring this up tonight, and like I said, they probably say, "Oh, Heather Sheila again," would but I'm just it's gonna be a totally different point of view because I'm like,
no, you didn't do this though. But Sheila, I'm gonna let you know because I don't know. Sometimes Black people we need to hear this from another Black person, and somebody please tell me. Somebody please tell me, Sheila E., the Quiet Storm, you are not guilty. You did not kill nobody. You did not enslave nobody. You didn't murder nobody. You didn't rape nobody's culture and history out there. Feel free to speak and drag the devils.
Okay.
And you didn't do this just because you see it and you're compelled and passionate, that you're not guilty.
Okay.
No Black media is guilty. Say what y'all got to say.
Okay. Good morning, Sunday. Yeah.
Good morning.
You right. Good morning, Gigi. How you doing, hon?
I'm good. I just have a different take, a different side for working in the criminal justice system. The system is totally broken here where I am. I can't speak for other cities. I mean, it's so much corruption. The guns are taken off the street and put right back on the street. Okay. So who do we hold accountable for that? Then you have some parents that don't have much and they're doing really good jobs with their kids. But kids at a certain age start to make their own decisions. And when they do that, they're still kids. But when they go to the court system and they get tried as an adult, they send them away from here forever. Okay.
And then Rittenhouse though. But
yeah, that's what I'm going to say. And then on the other hand, they give the other ones a slap on the wrist. I've seen people go in for the exact same thing. We get 5-10 years and the others get community service. I mean, it was so sickening. I stayed sick to the stomach. I could no longer do it anymore.
Gigi,
and then
Gigi, let me ask you a question. When because I'm being honest, maybe I was because I'm not a real discipliner. My husband was to my daughters, and I had to put the fear of God in them to make sure, look, you wind up having a baby at a young age, you ain't getting no child support, you ain't getting no whatever they be getting, assistant, none of that. You're gonna have to go to school, work, and I help babysit if I can. If not, then you're gonna have to pay for the daycare. So if the father ain't, most likely the father ain't gonna be there because they gonna just say anything. I've just had to put the fear of God in them. So when do we put the fear of God in these kids? I mean,
from the very beginning. For the very beginning. See, what happens is we can't start raising them when they get 13. If we say everybody going to church, nobody's gonna sleep in. We have to put our foot down from the very beginning, and we have to be an example to our kids. We can't preach to them, and then they see us living a double life.
And what's the fear of God, Gigi?
Well,
what's the fear of God? Do you fear your Black parents? Do you fear society? Or do you really fear God?
Well, the thing about it, like I said, we have to be an example for our kids, and it has to start in the very beginning. We can't wait until they get 13. Because here in Georgia, at 7 years old, you can go to penitentiary, kids penitentiary.
Right. Ooh, and they killing at 7.
So
they killing at 7.
The laws here have already been put on the books.
GG, is
And
that gluten free?
yes, yes, that's me. Yeah,
That's
so
gluten free.
parents have to be held. I agree that parents have to be held accountable for their kids, but they have to start at a very young age. Else,
You think we need a black jail and a black political system where black men are the first line of defense for black women and
what we
children?
need is a equal playing ground, which we don't have.
You don't think that
I mean,
equalizes it? You think that equalizes it when black men step up and create the
well,
resistance?
we have a
I'm
whole
so
bunch
glad
of
TC hit the link.
we
I'm
have
not
a
saying nothing now. TC
Good
is
morning,
a
TC.
wise
Hey,
queen.
good morning.
we have
Because
a
I've been
whole
up ever since I talked to you on Info, man. I've been up ever since. You hear me? Fucking shit. I drug these motherfuckers on the backup channel. You hear me, TC? Remember I told you I was on the backup channel?
Yeah,
Drug them near. Caught up. We're all caught up.
got you.
Part 3.
Got you. Good morning. Good morning
And then
to
I'm here.
everybody.
Good morning. Yeah. What's your point of view? Oh, Gigi, would you finish talking, huh?
yeah, I'm done. But basically, like I said, it starts so early, much earlier than we're seeing once they get to these schools with these guns and all of that.
Right.
But the
It's
gang
the same
banging,
thing in
I
our
see
community too.
they need some more gang task force because that's what's getting
Right.
bad. Their gangs used to be just centralized in big major cities. Now they everywhere.
You
So
said
the
something
gangs,
so powerful though, Gigi. Do you know what you just said?
mm-hmm,
It was so layered and so powerful
yeah,
because even in our own community, we give
mm-hmm.
birth to these kids and let them go into this culture that ain't got no good interest for us. And then we come at them when they're adults after they pass those impressionable developmental phases
Exactly,
and have not been there and have not been
exactly.
impressionable enough. And then later, we going back and forth to each other. Oh, you're a whore. You're a race traitor. You're a faggot. We're going back and forth, but we're not stopping them when they're children.
That's right. That's
Hey.
right.
Good morning,
I think people that don't have kids and people who kids have grown up, they're adults now, should still work in the community and in these programs because they have things that have worked that they've done with their kids. And they can probably mentor parents that don't know better.
Right.
So
right.
that's
We had
just my
that
take
too.
on it.
Listen to each other and give each other a safe space. When Sheila E. opens up the floor and invites all these black people and black parents up here, we're not even free to speak about our own experience because we're on a white platform. And I just want to say that. Now, I love everybody and I appreciate everybody for everybody's approach. But at the end of the day, there's no safe place for black parents. There's no safe place for black women. There's no safe place for black children, and there's no safe place for black men. And so when we try to forge those places and we have all these interlopers, and I feel that we do ourselves a disservice always doing what we've done for hundreds of years, expecting something new.
Ooh. That's good.
Black space is safe. And those non-blacks who are part of our black space should ought to be supportive, happy, and thrilled to see motivated and liberated and empowered black folks. But they don't want their black friends to be like that. I'm not going to say nothing else because I'm only drunk as fuck and I need to be asleep. Okay. But I've been said it. Okay. And so I had to hit delay.
Okay. Good morning, TC. What's your point of view, huh?
Hey, good morning, Sheila. Good morning to the panel and to the chat. Good morning, everybody. I think you're absolutely right and on point. We need to make parents more accountable. I am, and I have never been for defunding police department. I have been about the redistribution of funds in the police department to various other parts or various places that monies are needed. The sister said something that was very inspirational, and I'm glad she did. Gangs. There's a gang community that has morphed into something that's uncontrollable, very uncontrollable, and to the point of intimidation. If we don't have alpha men that are going to be able to, and the only alpha men we have right now are the police department. Honestly speaking, that's who we have.
And for all communities, right now, and
right.
That's okay.
And here's the thing. Let me tell you something about police officers. All of them, they don't come in to be kumbaya. How you doing? Let's sing hands and hold hands and things of that nature. When they're called and they're dispatched out, they're called to police. They're not called to be social workers. See, and we have this problem. Let's multitask. Let's do this. No, teachers can't even teach because they have to be a social worker, a behavior specialist. They have to be a psychologist. They can't even be a daggone math teacher and teach regular algebraic equations.
That's the black ones. The white ones got to be nationalists on top of that.
Well, for the fact that but for the fact that they can't even concentrate on teaching our children. So we have some problems. We have a lot of different issues, and we're going to have it's commingling the law enforcement, the parent participation, the parent accountability with all of the people that don't have children. The sister said, as a matter of fact, the people that I deal with, we don't have children. And many of us who have the 70 and 80 and 70 and 60-year-old people that are out here, they're a little bit intimidated, but they're still out here and they're trying to do. And so we need our black males who are strong, who are volatile, who have the muscle, and who are alpha males and in their right mind to come back to the community and not live. If they want to live in the suburbs, you daggone right. That's their business and that's their prerogative. But they can come back in the community and help out whenever need be. I have folks that are from various areas of organizations, and they come back to the community all the time. You ask them, they'll come back. Unfortunately, you have a lot of folks that don't want to ask because some of these kids are just out of freaking control.
Right.
We've got to make the parents accountable. So yes, we're going to have to go back there, Sheila, and you're absolutely right.
When they go shoot up a school, start asking where they got the guns from.
Right. And you know what, guys? We have a gun back program that if they would turn in a gun, they're giving them $1,000 up here.
Blast their ass instead.
Yes.
Did y'all see when I just went live all night long on my backup channel because they gave me a false flag for nothing? I've been going live on my backup channel all night. They didn't cut all of these black kids' hair off in the school. They didn't cut all of these black adults' hair off in the workforce. And y'all want to talk to me? And then I wonder why. And you see, this is what we're saying.
Go ahead.
I'm just a homo. I wonder why the black heterosexual male clicked off the link.
He was having problems.
I hope that he comes back.
Yeah. He said in the chat he had too many auto issues.
See, this the one we the ones that they have an issue with. The black women of the community, the gays that they create as their children, nephews and cousins and brothers. And they want to disregard us for wanting to speak up for the community because they know it's their job. So I always wonder what they think. And they always bail out when the heat is on, the discussion. But they're always there when it's time to drag the different dysfunctions in our community. And this is one of them. So where are they?
Okay. And you made a good point. If one of the brothers would like to get on the piano and answer that, I put the link.
He was silent for so long and then he finally disappeared. And that's because the conversation got started, in my opinion. Because most black men run away from their responsibility for their community. And now there are a lot of them who don't, but too many who do. That stops progress. When the ones who's not with the beta bucks and the losers and race traders of our community, if you're against that, you should be a part of the voice speaking out. You always talk about, it's these bucks and losers and liars and race traders who represent our community. The coons represent our community. That's because those of us who are not that way don't speak up and outshine them.
So Sunny Boxing Talk says, so how does our average everyday person protect themselves with all the gangs in the states where they're from upon gun rights.
STC, HBCU queen, if a join is a hate thing, right? Ask her if I forgot the question because I'm drunk and it's late. What did you say?
And
so I have a. I'd like to. What can Sonny come up? Because I don't understand what he means. Yeah, how does an everyday average person protect themselves from all the gangs? I mean, we all. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, we all can step out and see a gang, and there's gang activity everywhere. We all, we've all been
HB
protect. We've all been protecting ourselves. How has he or she been protecting herself thus far?
Right.
And where are they? And here's the thing: where are they? Because geographically, everybody's geographic location, it has a different set of circumstances, has a different set of politics, has a different set of code. And so therefore, what I'm doing here in Philly, I don't know where they are, male or female, and their set of circumstances. So they would have to get up here and explain to me like who they are, where they are, who, what, where, when, why, and how. And then I might be able to give some, some specific advice. But just to, arbitrarily give an answer to an ambiguous statement like that, an ambiguous question like that, that's not fair to that person, because I don't want them to do what I would do here in Philly, because it'll be different from where they may be in Oklahoma or Texas or in Tanzania or in Ecuador or in Detroit or in even North Carolina for that matter.
And you know what? It's so funny, Sonny, say that, because you know who the ones who turn their guns in? The ones who had their permit and the ones who don't want their old gun. So you know what? Let me turn that one in, get $1,000, I'll buy me a new one.
Right.
Who is the gangs here? When we talk about gangs, do we overestimate or underestimate the fact that white identity extremist groups of regular citizens are a gang? Do we underestimate the fact that Proud Boys are a gang? Do we underestimate that the slave patrol, cops and sergeants are a gang? Do we underestimate that overall America's ganging up against us? What is a gang? And it sounds to me like niggas need real gangs and we got a whole bunch of fake ass gangs. Because, see, if you get these niggas in the gangs on the corner, a badge and some pride, all of a sudden, they're our first line of defense. I don't know. I want to below these.
Again, like you said, what is a gang?
Groups of motherfuckers.
And see, why do they join a gang?
Ooh. There you go.
Now, you know what? That's why we had to get back to that a couple of years ago. Why are they joining gangs?
There you go.
That's why I had to bring it right back to the household.
For the wrong reasons.
And let me just say this: here in Philadelphia, if you look at the statistics and you go through and you got to look into some of the police reports, and they do it. Let me just say this: I heard you say something. I heard somebody say something that they don't track. Caucasians track everything. Now we have to ask the right question and sometimes get the right answer. And the gangs here in Philadelphia that are the most horrific and atrocious are the Asian gangs.
Yes, they are down in South Philadelphia, off Oregon, in Snyder Avenue, especially Section Snyder.
There you go. Right. There you go. You got it, bro. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. And
I should live in South Philly. I should live on 30th and McKean. I already know about these cats. I can't say too much. Okay. And remember in 1993 we had that mob war going down too, which was brutal.
No doubt. But here's the thing. There's code, and there's certain things that they won't do. If you're in the community, and don't get because I'm
the
from
audio
Brooklyn.
Crap again.
If you're in the community and they know that you're doing some good stuff in the community, for the community, so forth and so on, you really don't get bothered too much. However, they have their certain people that they beef with, or there's certain other groups of people that they gang war with. They go back and forth for survival, for territory, and for possession. Okay, because that's what it's all about: possession, territory, and power and control. And
I agree with that. Mm-hmm. Right. I agree with that because. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, sis.
No, I'm saying I agree with that. When you're working in the community, they protect you. They protect me in the community because I'm always out there doing one thing or another. And I try to gather as many kids as I can, but you got to be very careful when you're starting your own programs, because you got people, you have a lot of unfit parents, and they have so much stuff going on at their house. They turn around and try to blame something on somebody in the community that's actually helping their kids, but it actually happened in their house. So that's why I said we got to get we have got to gain a lot of funds to actually get some programs that's viable for our youth, to train them, to make them have good skill set. I mean, if it ain't nothing but people volunteer, people that have left the community, gotten degrees, and do study sessions with the kids. Teach them how to study. Teach them how to pass tests. Give them an outlet. They have to have outlets. Some cities, they have those funds, but in some cities, us Black people got to step up to the plate and raise these funds or give these funds ourselves. Instead of every time somebody want to do something crazy, we throwing money to these GoFundMes or whatever. But real people with real lives, everyday people need to step up to the plate, because it looked like nobody else is going to do it.
Right. And
we can't keep blaming it on the system. We got to step up and do it.
Yeah. And good morning, RBR. Now, Hega, a real man, he talking about he speak the real truth, Yusa. So let's see what RBR take on this.
Okay, right, come on, brother.
Well, thank you for having me on the panel. I appreciate it, Sheila.
Yes, always a pleasure.
Yeah, this is the number one problem that we face in society. It ain't got nothing to do with the Black community. It's the number one society that we have on this planet. Is there's a race of people that want to be the only race of people on the planet. And these are white people. I don't hate white people, but white people hate us. And if we take our cues from a group of people that want to kill us, that enslaved us, that oppress us, that go to Kenosha, Wisconsin and shoot people who are protesting cops murdering Black people, if we take our cues from them, what do you think we're going to get? Black on Black crime is simply a function of Black people internalizing the hatred that white people have for us. If we could stop believing and listening to the people that are trying to kill us, we would stop killing ourselves. We would stop hating ourselves if we stop believing the people who are lying about who we are. We created African civilization, education, morality through religion. We are the purveyors of society and civilization. There's no Black race has ever tried to exterminate the Asians or the Jews or the Nazis. We aren't trying to kill people. We want to educate, civilize, and teach morality to everybody. That's how Africa survived for 4 million years. And that's how we will continue to survive. The people who want to get rid of the federal government so they can get their AR-15s and kill everybody who's not white are not the people that should be in charge of our government. Stop having racist judges with ringtones, the same ringtone as Donald Trump. Stop putting people in office that want to kill you, that hate you, that want to take away your voting rights and civil rights. Stop marrying them. Stop thinking that because somebody's skin is light, they're better than the real Black people. Stop that self-hate. Because if we can't listen to somebody that's the same race as us, then we're listening to a bunch of Kyle Rittenhouses who want to kill us.
Okay. Yusuf, what's your point on what
It's
RBR?
crazy how I agree with everything the brother said. Hello. Hey, what's good, fam? I agree with everything you said, but it's so funny because it's for different reasons. And these very reasons will be the reasons why we will be divided as a community and not finding that common ground.
Okay. Go further, brother.
I feel like that everything you said is true, but it's for different reasons. So my point is, it's not to take down what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying. My thing is, you see how all we need is to have the discussion.
Yeah, I think so. I think
we are so late. We are so late on this discussion to where we all are geared and empowered and compelled by our position in society to want to do something and unite. However, we're so divided that we're so conquered. And so every single thing you said is exactly a part of my passion's gears, but for different reasons. And even you and I could have gotten into an argument if we had not been on a mutual space, safe space for us to speak.
Well, I think that what I'm saying is I can't ask Black people not to listen to racist white people, because the top wealthiest 1% of people on this planet are racist white people. These are communist countries like Russia. These people have money. The presidents of the Fortune 500 companies, the presidents of Google, they're $1 trillion company. So anything I say pales to what they say. They have all the money. They have all the money in the white community. They don't have one dime in the Black community. They can't stop us from spending our money, but they can stop white people from spending theirs, because you can't start no YouTube without $25 million. So you have to go to somebody white, somebody conservative, somebody racist, and they're going to promote Cynthia G and Taz and Nyla, Kevin Samuels all day long.
And I'm glad you said it, RBR, because that's why I'm bringing this up to the table. Now, where I grew up at, they had a shooting. These kids is 17, 16, 15, and 14. And I was saying, oh, they're like, okay, let's see what Sheila brings to the table. Okay, hold the parent accountable. And then let's go with we have all kind of courts up here. We even have courts protecting the mothers so they won't even get thrown out their apartments. We even have a judge just specialized in that. So now I was saying, let's come up with the people court. Let's start holding these mothers accountable, because majority mothers know what their kids are doing. Now we got all these programs, even gun back program. It done jumped up to $500 to $1,000 now when the kids turn the gun in. Well, my family, there ain't no problem, because they got gun permits, so they could turn their old gun in and get a new one.
But why is that? They're trying to take guns out of our community. They just gave Kyle Rottenass a free AR-57 from the Guns of America. The same people who's crying after the white identity extremist terror attacks that harm us all. They're trying to take guns out of our community.
We got to be honest. I mean, if you're going to kill 50 million Black Americans, you need your guns.
And then my thing is, see, I'm for guns.
Right? Coronavirus. You can't kill them without the coronavirus, without the guns.
Right, niggas need. If anybody need a gun to protect their home,
no, you're not gonna protect your home. They're just gonna shoot you.
No, but you look at the party. They want to brainwash the Blacks and let them think having a gun is bad.
Right. Well, no, it is bad because they're not shooting the people with the guns. They shoot the people. If you look at Rittenhouse, the one dude he didn't kill was the one dude that had the gun.
When a Black person got a gun, it's a criminal weapon.
So no, it doesn't matter what kind of gun it is. They shoot the
motherfucker
who got the skateboard.
Excuse
me. They're gonna shoot the motherfucker who got the skateboard. They're gonna shoot the motherfucker who got the sandwich or the toy gun. They try to shoot somebody with a gun. They're gonna go after the women and the children.
Black parents
when they go into Sandy Hook Elementary School, They're not shooting the first graders that got guns. Okay.
But who got busted upside the head with a skateboard?
Well, again, he was trying to stop the Nazi from shooting innocent people.
I was just saying
it's commendable, but I don't recommend that you go to a Nazi and try to block the bullets with the skateboard. I think that's stupid. Okay,
you don't bring a skateboard to a gunfight.
Thank you. Better to when the racist cops murder somebody or when they shoot somebody black in the back 7 times. Better to not go out there at all and get shot. Don't go out there. We have 62 black federal judges that were appointed by Barack Obama. I know you hate him because he's black and the Nazis hate him. But we have 62 black federal judges. Let me talk. I know you hate that man because he's black and you.
Please, it's too early.
But we have 62 federal judges. Please let me finish, Sheila. We have 62 black federal judges. They're not racist. They don't have Donald Trump's ringtone. And then we have 61 federally elected black prosecutors that were elected during Obama's term. So we have judges that aren't racist. We have prosecutors that aren't racist, who ain't going to have 11 Nazis on the jury and 1 Clarence Thomas. We got Amber Geiger had a black prosecutor and a black judge. Dylan Roof had a black
she was just begging though.
Yes, black prosecutor.
Don't just say Amber Geiger fan.
They have a 98% conviction rate.
Just begging yesterday.
So take these cases out of Wisconsin and get these cases in the federal courts and use those black judges and stop being afraid to convict a bunch of racists for killing black people.
Okay, we're not even gonna think about that. We ain't waiting for the cases.
Why not?
We're gonna think about before they even get to the cases. Let's go to the basic.
No.
Okay. That's when we could go to the basic. So we won't get to a case.
It's called the nature.
If you let them kill us and then get to the case, come on now. No, the only thing that's going to stop them is jail, prison,
black jail, black prison.
No, the basic prison ain't got no color. Put the motherfucking Dylan Roof. Put Dylan Roof on death row.
They sent him to Burger King. You got a Whopper right now.
How many people has Dylan Roof killed since the government put him on death row?
So what we do to our youth and they run around here with guns and they know they don't have no guns?
Well, that's a lie. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Why would you believe that?
Joe just said you must have put in the military so they can make something better of themselves.
No, wrong.
Right.
They ain't having no big guns, but they having guns.
Wrong answer. Then they come back with PSP and all kind of other stuff, and they go out here killing people just the same.
Okay.
No, we stop listening to the people trying to kill us.
All right, thank you.
Telling us that we're stupid, that we need to go into the army, that we need to learn to trade and be somebody's slave.
RBR.
No,
I don't know.
Stop listening to racists who hate you.
It's all what's most important here. What I get and overstaying is that we need to listen to one another because we all having different experiences in this fucked up world.
Right.
And we're not listening to each other or how to help each other. Community is the word common and unity, compound together. Okay. And so I don't got time because I could really cuss y'all niggas out tonight. But
well, here's the problem. You don't have to do that. Come on.
We're not being honest about who we're listening to. Like I said, if somebody is a member of the Fortune 500 and they got $200 billion, there ain't
I feel what you're saying, but it's
alive that's not going to listen to that person over somebody black.
Day, this is the thing too. A lot of us say the same thing, and we do love our community, but we not geared by the same foundational roots,
the same written houses that we listening to. And what I'm saying is,
but even you brought up,
listen to somebody just because they have money,
was just begging
because they'll shoot you if you don't elect them and all kind of other dumb shit.
Okay, but if they so the lady you mentioned so vaguely, Botham Jeans killer, she was just begging yesterday since everybody else was crying and getting off in the court. She wanted to cry her Becky.
Right, she wanted to cry self-defense. She went to the brother's apartment and shot him.
Second time. This is first time they already said fuck no. They just said fuck no again. And she's like, oh my God, really? Yeah, bitch, really. Rotting there for that little baby ass 10 years ain't even enough.
Right.
We need nigger jails. to lock up all these devils and these race traitors. And that's just my personal opinion. That's really
that's not necessary.
That's
and
really
I said at the time,
thoughts. Y'all can debate it all you want. I just wanted to say goodbye and say my wrap up and my final thoughts while y'all continue on.
No, I'm great.
Can I say my final thoughts? Is that we need a nigga jail to lock everybody up.
Okay.
And say, because ain't nobody gonna do nothing until we lock their ass up and beat their ass for dinner. And I don't care what nobody say. Y'all have a
turn
good
white and take their
y'all have a good on day.
All right.
Y'all have a good on day.
All right, brother. Appreciate you. But no, we don't need to turn into white Nazis. What we do need to do, though, and I said at the time about Amber Geiger.
I'm gonna go ahead.
You said yes.
We tried everything else, though. We got hundreds of years.
No, we haven't tried the truth.
We got decades.
We haven't tried the truth yet.
I swear, my last words, and I'm gonna go. We got decades and we got centuries of loving and caring and opening and being the bigger person. It's about time to do a decade of whooping an ass and see the research.
Okay.
I'm out of here. I'm out.
All right. Thank you, brother.
Jeff, before you leave, my man, let me make an opinion to you. Let me make an opinion to you. We all need to incorporate as one, as a black family. That's what we need to do.
Black. That's right. That's right.
We do that and show the power to people, but the black men, us.
See his auto.
You still got ratchet.
We need to have more Million Man marches and show the unity.
Wi-Fi,
yeah, well, no, we don't want to have unity behind a bunch of racists who want to kill us. That's not going to help us.
I got to go to work. I hear him, but I can't feel what he was. I feel him, but I couldn't hear him because he's on ratchet Wi-Fi. Need to pull over somewhere at Starbucks. You can't fucking hear me.
Let me say this. I've been. Hey, Yusuf. Thank you, bro. I don't mean to I don't mean to cut you. I just wanted to say this one thing. One of the things that I have noticed, though, working out and being not only a part of the community, but on various levels of the community and various stages. This is something that I'm not estranged to. I've been doing this all my life. Howsoever, one thing that I have found is that them people that say "on God or Black Power" all the time, they the ones you just really don't want to. They the ones. Don't listen to them. They ain't never been outside. They ain't never been to Africa. They ain't never been to Jordan. They ain't never been to Israel. They ain't never been to Saudi Arabia. They ain't never been nowhere. And they want to tell people how to live and who to live and things of that nature. If we don't create alliances, we don't have to love and be trying to get in bed with everybody. We're gonna have to have alliances, though. We're gonna have to know. We're gonna have to know how this system works. I truly agree with Keystone when he said something about some of these guys. Put them in the military and train them, and then when we get back, we train them again. We do that. We create the narrative. And I've seen these folks that are on YouTube. That's all they do is do YouTube, but they don't go out in the community and get out there in those boardrooms and get out there in those streets and really make some things really happen. That's what you want to do. Get out there in these streets, make it happen, and listen to people who know what they're talking about. A lot of folks around here, they doing a whole lot of talking about some stuff that is
many of them. You have George making them urban nerds. Yeah, I forgot the other one, that brother who's been running for years, a gun program. He's been running for years. He's got a YouTube channel too. I got to look him up again. And there's many programs, but we don't seem to be making a dent because we're not getting the funding and the unit.
Bro, hold on 1 second. Sister Sheila said she created her gun program, and there are various things that other people in other places have created various programs. I'm with you, Sheila. Later, we don't need any more programs. We need to endorse the ones that we have, recreate it, rebrand it, make it come up to 2021 or 2022 as the reset is about to occur, and then make it ours so that we can make our people accountable. And we can have the money that is put in there from the people who are the ones that make the money. And we know those people who make the money and have them funded and things of that nature. We don't necessarily even have to have the government funded if we don't want to. But our government money goes to government fund, into a certain pot. And we are allowed to make sure that we have that money go into a certain amount of money that goes into our community. and for us.
Right.
Okay.
But when it's a chicken
I disagree with that.
When it's the chicken
that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I'm out here. I'm gonna do what I do here in my community, and you do what you got to do in your community.
Right.
I know what works here.
The goal is not to just do
I
some
know
shit
what
that
works
don't
here,
change
and we
anything.
doing this. I've been overseas. I've been around brothers and sisters. I've been around brothers and sisters proactive. I've been around brothers and sisters who are proactive all around this globe. Okay, Dr. Ben, all the rest of them. Those are my mentors. But we are going to.
The goal is not to help the white people.
We're going to make some things happen, and we're going to make some things happen. We're going to have to work with everybody.
Right.
What I'm saying, Sheila, is the goal is.
Hold on, RBR. You said what you said because you had to go to work.
Yeah, I do gotta go. I'm just wondering because we can have this discussion all day and on life. Right. But what I'm saying is it's about time to try something different. So even if it ain't the same equal evil, if it ain't about meat and smoke with smoke, at least do something. Because when it comes to a chicken sandwich, we support it. When it comes to degeneracy, we support it. When it comes to,
that's not true.
This is so fucked up and we're so broken, we support it.
Right.
We don't support when it comes down to that revolutionary force, that warrior class. Yeah, that good old warrior class.
Because that's too much work. And that's what I was saying. While we worry about the community, we could y'all could community your own inner city or whatever. Come on.
Yeah. Well, that's a lie.
But the West Philly, Southwest, what part
right here
that you're doing your programming and where it's working at?
Huh?
Here is fine, but people still falling through the cracks.
But even this counts because you have good black men saying, that's not me, but not dragging the ones who's fucking up their representation.
Right.
Dragging black men.
There you go. Because go RBR. Let me see you go down to the White House and
go down
do that. Because you're talking about federal government.
No, I'm good.
Handle the business with those men down there and handle that.
I'm good with going down to Sanford, Florida and getting shot. That's not the answer. But the answer is
everybody can die for something.
You're scared. You're scared.
No, I'm not scared.
So we don't need. We don't need.
How come the black women don't want to go down?
We don't need that, man.
How come the black women
ain't getting shot? We need folks to get out there and be ratchet and go wherever we need to go. Come on now.
When you go fight to be with Becky, you're risking your life. When you go lay down with Becky, you're risking your life. You know their community will kill you for just laying down with
the black women want the black men to take the bullets for the cause.
Right.
They don't want to take no damn bullets.
Did you hear me?
Fuck that.
We've been taking the bullet. You ain't the only one. We've been taking the bullet too. And we got some excellent brothers. We have excellent brothers that have been taking it, and they strong with it. And they've been taking it for you guys that don't want to take it, and for those beta males and gamma males who are scared to cast and don't want to.
That's the problem, right?
Okay, well, I had to talk on that.
You don't get out here and get shot by
Becky, but we still want to risk our life to be with Becky, but we don't want to risk our life for our children with Tanisha.
The economy applies to us too.
Let them talk.
We will risk our life to lay down with Becky, for we know it's a death
I don't lay down with no Becky.
White
That's
people
you
will
niggas.
kill us.
You love white people. You listen to
I
every lie
actually
that white
hate
people
them.
tell you.
Whatever.
You on Team Rittenhouse, not us.
Of course, you would say that about me. Of all people here sitting here with this truth, you would say that about me.
Every person in this damn chat room, every person on this site, every person on this site calls themselves a conservative.
Sheila E., thank you for the voice.
Okay, thank you.
I'm not arguing with no old ass, stale ass coon.
Okay, we're cool because we don't want to join the Nazi party.
It
sounds good. Every single one of you guys calls yourself a conservative, is rooting for Putin and stumping for Trump. How the hell you gonna help the black community? Every single one of you is Team Rittenhouse.
I wanted to get through this live stream without telling you that you was a retarded ass Negro.
Yes, I'm retarded because I'm not Team Rittenhouse.
No, you're retarded because you are Team Rittenhouse. Because if you don't know that I'm a black revolutionary,
I don't want to go out there and have a shootout with Kyle Rittenhouse. I'm a coon.
Night, Buck Dick.
You don't
good
shut
night,
up,
Buck Dick.
Stupid ass.
Buck Dick. Ty Roach.
But you see the problem.
Okay, Ty Roach?
Whenever somebody black says that we shouldn't be out there getting shot by Rittenhouse, then we're coons.
But they shot crackers out there for loving your nigger ass.
Oh,
I'm out of here.
Right,
Fuck you. You
Yeah,
a
right.
coon. Don't you ever
Fuck
talk
me.
to me.
I'm a coon. I'm
Don't
not
you ever
conservative.
talk to me. You
I'm not
old piece
rooting
of
for
shit.
Putin
You're
and
the
stumping
part.
RBR, you
Trump.
wrong. You wrong.
You're part of the problem, Sheila
You're
E.
right.
And
You
TC
damn right.
is
I'm gonna be
part
part
of
of
the
the problem. Black people don't need to be joining no
It's always
conservative
black
Nazi
women
party
and black
and
gays
trying to
are part of
overthrow
the
the
progress,
government
and you
and make
niggas
America
is the
white
biggest
again.
bucks of them
That's
all. You're worse
stupid.
faggots
You're black.
than the gays.
You can't
You're
make
weak.
America
You hear that,
white again,
RBR?
homeboy.
Wait, RBR,
You're
hear
weak
that?
and defeated.
Say it
Good
again.
night.
He didn't hear you.
Say it again. You're defeated because you don't want to make America white again and you black. Oh, man, please.
Okay. Well, RBR.
You think we can make America white again by kicking black people out of the country, Sheila?
I didn't say that. I was like,
then.
what
That's
solution?
what they're trying to do.
Do
So why
you
would we
think
join the
no?
party
No, I'm
trying to
not.
kick us out
I'm
of the country?
saying hold the parents accountable for these 17, 16,
No.
15, 14-year-old
No.
young youth
No.
boys with these guns.
No. Hold the
Yes.
parents accountable for believing these damn racists that the only way
It start
to
no,
change,
no. We're
the
going back
only
to
way to
basics,
affect
RBR.
social policy is to shoot the motherfucking protest.
We have all the policy.
that.
We have all the grants.
No, we
have
don't.
all. We
No,
have
we don't.
everything
We don't apply
set
the
up for these
law.
kids.
We let
When
people
is the
shoot.
parents going to be held accountable?
It's
They
called
know
the
majority
first-
of them
it's the
know what
First
their kids are
Amendment.
doing.
Excuse me. It's the First Amendment, Sheila. It's not the 25th Amendment. You can't shoot the protesters. You can't shoot
You know
people.
what, RBR?
You can't murder the people that are trying to get civil voting rights. You can't change presidents by assassinating the president you don't like.
RBR.
That's not
Again,
our country. That's
again,
not
what's
democracy.
your solution
Shame
for
on
these
black
youth
people
running around here
who want to
shooting?
join the Communist Party, who want to join the Nazi Party, who want to join the Republican
RBR,
Party and kill off their own
let's
race
stay on
and
track
destroy
here.
their own
Let's
country.
stay on
That
track,
is
my
track.
brother.
The bottom line, here's the bottom line, Sheila. You can't listen to what I'm saying because of my race, and you're the same race. What does that say?
Why you say that? Now, why would you say something like that?
Because you can't accept what I'm saying.
I didn't say that.
You accept what Kyle Rittenhouse is saying, that everybody go get a gun and shoot the protesters, but you can't accept what I'm saying.
RBR, did I say that? See, you put words in my mouth.
Black judges and black prosecutors and put their asses in prison. Don't go out there and have a shootout with Kyle Rittenhouse.
What is your solution for our young kids running around here
and not out here in Kenosha, Wisconsin?
They have no permit, RBR. They have no rights to carry a gun. What is your solution?
Well, if you have that case in Kenosha, Wisconsin, you are going to lose. If you have 11 Nazis on the jury and one Keystone nut on the jury, you are going to lose that case. And Rittenhouse is going to go
playing too much. Come on, RBR.
Am I wrong? Am I lying though?
No. Stay focused.
If they have 11 Kyle Rittenhouses on the jury, and
again, we're not talking about
is he going to be convicted?
We talking about young black males.
Why can't you answer my question? If
17, 16, 15, 14-year-old.
We have 11.
Yeah, but what has to do with young black men? To be honest, what the heck to do with young black men?
What does killing protesters of
you shouldn't even with the fucking crowd. Not even Ryan up there and making us look bad and they're going to pin it on us. You know what I mean? They got caps waiting for us right the fuck now to put us in. And we fucking playing around. We don't fucking done. We got to unite and get together.
He was the one black person on the Rittenhouse jury. Now, let me say this. He's asking
RBR.
What does he asked me a question, Sheila.
No. This is a serious matter.
Killing the
people like you think it's all a joke, right?
Racist cops killing. No, it's not a joke. It's just that black
like I said, this is nothing you take lightly. This is serious.
And want to let them kill us. And
you talking about this mess with your baby future.
Them killing us. Now, he said, what does killing Black Lives Matter supporters have to do with young black men? Well, if you kill the protesters,
but they paid by George Soros. What you talking about? They paid by the elite. What the fuck?
RBR, again, what is your solution for our young black males running around here shooting again?
The truth. They're not running around here shooting. They're running around here emulating Kyle Rittenhouse. So if we put Kyle Rittenhouse in jail, the young black men like Keystone 291 who want to be Rittenhouse will realize that they might go to prison if they shoot some protesters.
Okay,
so we have to put them in prison and stop going having a shootout with them.
Talked enough. Keystone, because I can't.
Sheila, I'm getting ready. I appreciate this, Sheila. You keep on focus on your agenda and what you're talking about, and don't worry about what folks that are back in 1940 and 18. Don't worry about that. Okay,
we're in 2021 now.
You see, an infinitesimal behavior has to speak when another person speaks.
Is lying and getting black people
you
killed.
Are an infinitesimal behavior speaks when another person speaks. Like that is a sign of mental health. And so
I'm mentally wrong because I don't want to kill black protesters.
We do have a lot of people in our community that suffer from mental health issues. They can't sit down long enough. They can't listen long enough to other people. So we have our work cut out for us. Keystone, all right. Thank you. Yusef, thank you. And Sheila,
you're welcome. And what part of the city that you in, so I can meet up with you someday? I haven't run into you.
Okay.
I'll find out later on. I'll get her information later.
Go ahead, Keystone, because I'm ready to close. I just wanted to ask y'all that, and I had to bring, my point of view to this meeting. And,
I'm going to make a point. We all got black men. We're the ones that had to step up to the plate with this. We had the ones
that stop calling names, RBR. That's nice.
All I got to say. Until that happens, the shit's going to keep going on the damn streets. And that back in the thing. Thinking ain't working in 2021. We need solutions now. I'm out.
Yes, the solution would be to stop believing the people that are trying to kill us.
All right,
stop voting.
You need to start taking stuff more seriously.
Stop taking your cues from people who want to kill you.
RBR,
idiots.
RBR, you really need to focus on real life situations.
Then why don't we just everybody get a gun and just kill each other and have a civil war? Why do we have another civil war?
Let me tell you something. We got people really care and passionate about what's going on.
No, you don't. If you can't listen to the truth,
let me hear my YouTube family point of view.
You can't listen to the truth because the truth is coming from somebody black. You're waiting for these Nazis to tell you.
So what you trying to say, RBR?
I'm trying to say that you can't respect me because of my race. And
that's you're the not same true. Race.
Then why can't you accept? Why can't we have a discussion about what I'm saying as opposed to attacking me because I'm not saying the same thing as Rittenhouse? How come we can't have a discussion based on what I'm saying as opposed to based on my race?
No, RBO, you're not making no sense. You're not even coming up with no solution.
I'm not making no sense. Rittenhouse is a Republican. He's a Nazi. He's a conservative. You guys are Nazis, Republicans, conservatives. Now, you can't accept what I'm saying because I'm not a Nazi. I'm not a conservative. I believe in democracy. I believe in the rule of law. I believe that you have a right to assemble and peaceably assemble without some fucking racist Nazi coming there and shooting you and then claiming it was self-defense. I believe in the Constitution. You don't. You believe in white people being
matter of fact, that's like my second Bible.
You wanna attack black people because white people hate us.
You know what, RBR? You know what?
Shame on you.
RBR, stop it.
Shame on you.
Stop it.
You want to attack the Jews because white Nazis hate them.
RBR.
Shame on you, Sheila.
You know what, RBR?
You want to attack the gays because conservatives hate them. Shame on you. Mexicans, because conservatives hate them. Poor people, because conservatives hate them. Shame on you, Sheila.
You know what?
You're just as black as
I am doing the work. What is you doing besides
telling the truth
all day?
Telling the truth. Doing the work, running in place. She's doing the work, running in place. I'm telling the truth. That will solve the problem. What do you think will solve the problem?
What is your solution from the youth carrying these guns?
What the youth aren't carrying guns. The youth.
I had the footage.
Well, let me answer the question because you really think I can't answer the question because I'm black. Here's the answer. If we take away their guns, they will use their knees to put their knee on her neck for 9 minutes and 26 seconds.
Good morning.
If we take away their knees, they will use the coronavirus to kill 6 million people. So The issue is not whether or not they have a gun or a knife or an atomic weapon and blow up the Oklahoma.
What the coronavirus had to do with guns?
It has to do with killing people that you don't like because of their race. The coronavirus has to do with killing people who aren't white.
And this is a serious matter. You got somebody's kid gonna be wound up in a jailhouse for the rest of their life.
Died from the coronavirus. You don't think that's a serious matter?
You know what? Be on
mute. We're gonna get rid of all the guns, though.
You know what?
We're gonna get rid of all the guns, and the coronavirus is gonna kill 6 million people. Sounds good, like a solution, Sheila. Fuck that shit. Get them goddamn racists out of power.
Bye. I'm not messing with him. Go ahead. Good morning. Hey, it's too early for that foolishness. And you know what? I ain't got time for that. Good morning. You know what? And that's what I'm saying. He sit on YouTube all day long and he thinks stuff is a joke. He not connected with the community, with reality, what's really going on. He think it's a joke. Community, you there?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was muted.
Yeah.
I'm saying good morning and everything. Listen, I'm sorry. Yeah, we can't steer the conversation from this. This is important what you're doing. This is like the day-to-day stuff that we need, the voting, the local voting the local judges and sheriffs and constables and all these people. This is what we need, and these measures to get this money for the community. You know, can you hear me good? I
hear you. I'm hearing you.
Okay. Yeah, I have a different kind of mic. Yeah, so we can't afford to be. See, what we are dealing with more so is the kids that are killing the Nipsey Hussles and the young Dolphs that are doing stuff in the community. That's the reason why the community gets so mad. Because these young men were doing a lot of things for people. So we have to try to get these kids, the destructive kids, we have to figure out what we need to do with them, because we can't have them killing the family men and the businessmen and, you know, the men who are going to be putting back.
And our good kids, remember the other kids in this environment, but they're staying focused and in the house, into the education, because when they don't want to live like that. You got some kids don't want to live in that environment, and then it's sometimes some of them worse, and they're not turning out like this. So my thing is, let's hold a parent accountable, because some of them know what these kids are doing. You can't tell me that you don't know what your child doing.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. I mean, we have to, listen, today and tomorrow, I have a community event with kids, my friends, her nonprofit Community Kids. We're working with kids in the community. She's retired, and me, and we put our little 2 cents together to have food and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And these parents, and they're at home, they're not working. You know,
and that's why I'm gonna leave this up here, because to me, I'm gonna let them see this. I'm gonna leave this up here because I ain't mean to be here this long. But I'm saying now I have other people on my YouTube family point of view, and I want them to look at this and really think about it. Because I ain't trying to be harsh or nothing like that. But when is the parent hold accountable for what their child doing?
Yeah, they have to be. They have to be. You can't leave it on the community to take care of your kids and raise your kids. You can't do that. And like you said, when you come up with these programs and things, right now we have a really good mayor and a really good pro tem mayor. They put up a youth center. They put up a mental health in the community, a place where people can go in for, you know, to talk to people and stuff like that. You know, we can only do so much. Something has to occur at home. You got to do, if you need help at home, you got to tell us, because we don't want these kids out here shooting everybody up.
Let me tell you something. We got it. I mean, y'all don't even know the stuff we have upstate New York for these kids. I mean, we got it so that they don't even have to go to college. They graduate with the associate degree. So I'm saying, I ran for board education. I put programs in. My mayor, he doing the work. Different Congress doing the work. We are so in tune with this community that our kids should be above any other inner city. And yet, I know it's gonna be some downfalls. I know it's gonna be some, some little creaks or something. But when do they get to the point that you're gonna be shooting wide out open where other babies get off the bus?
Yeah.
These kids ain't fearing nothing. So I want to know what is going on in the home. Why is the parents not hold accountable for these kids getting out of school? They have programs set up for them, everything, lovely, everything. And they're on the other side of town shooting.
Yeah.
Where the babies get off the school bus.
Yeah. Well, in my community down here, we could do better with programs and programs to keep these kids out of trouble. But we do try. We do.
We don't need no other program. We don't need nothing. We don't need I mean, let me tell you something. Today, giving out turkeys, ham. Who give out turkey, ham, and everything you could cook for your Thanksgiving dinner? Where they doing that at? So we spoil up here. Very spoiled. And it's sad. It's sad. Yeah. It's sad. And that's what I'm saying. I ain't trying to be the devil advocate. I ain't trying to be the mean one, whatever. I'm always compassionate. They always come up with good policies. I'm for you and everything. I understand. But when it's going to stop? Because now you seeing the bad ones, what I had to really bring to the table too. It's like the bad ones is not even getting recognized. Everything the good ones not getting recognized. Everything going catering to the bad ones. So what ones we have for the good ones? Focus. Oh, okay. Yeah. We got that one. They graduate out of school with associate's degree. That's like a full scholarship. Okay. And then we got jobs set up for them, interns, whatever, major they're into. But yet it seemed like we always cater to the negativity, not the positive. So all the money going to the negativity. And I think the good ones are suffering behind it.
Yeah.
Because now you had a couple of good ones say, you know what, we ain't being recognized. So they got sucked up in the bad behavior. So now my thing is, okay, let's make an example of the bad ones. And let's start from the parents.
Yeah.
So that's all I was just saying, because I was just tossing all night long. And I was like, I just wanted some feedback from y'all, whatever. So I'm like, a Nazi, I am RBR, you say, but it's not that. I don't want these babies to mess up their future. Yeah, they already, the school system and the criminal justice work hand in hand. They already said by time they're in 6th grade, they could tell when they're going to be in prison. We already know the prison is set up against the young males. And we know the system is for the young females. Where they cater to their behavior, having sex at a young age, having kids and everything. This set up for life off the government. What do our black males have? Besides going to the graveyard or getting locked up or killed.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I'm like I was saying on my show yesterday, we got to set stuff up for the boys. We got to set it up for the boys.
So my thing is, I don't even want the police involved with this. No. No. No more money for them. They're doing their job. They're getting paid enough. We don't need no police, nothing else. We don't need no other program. We got enough programs. When do the parents step in?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm gonna bring. So I'll let y'all see the side. I'm gonna be off of here for a couple of weeks. I'll be back and forth or whatever. But yeah. And it really hurt my heart because you know what? I tried to get them chance after chance after chance. I sat back, I took a break, but still on the loop or whatever. I said, you know what? Okay. I see everything I put in place was pretty good or whatever. But still, some are falling through the loops.
Yeah.
And I see that cycle going back. What we did 8 years ago, it's coming back again. So before I even begin a stronghold, I want to stop it right at the beginning. So that's why I said, let me ask y'all, let me ask my YouTube family this, because I ain't trying to be harsh or nothing like that. I don't think I'm better than nobody, never did. No, But I'm just saying, this is my solution for this. Even come down to the people court. We got judge set for everything else. Let's have a judge set for this.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm bringing to the table, and I'm gonna have them look at this, and that's why I ain't wanted it so long, but they could do pieces or whatever. And said I even have other people point of view.
Well, you're doing the right thing, sis.
Yeah,
you're doing the right thing. I mean, we gotta have somebody advocating for the good kids.
Mm-hmm.
It can't always be, oh, we got to put all, and even in my own family, that's been the focus, is putting all the energy, putting all your money, your retirement money, towards lawyers and jail and bail. And when you're good kids who want to go to medical school, they just gotta find it however they can find it. No.
Mm-hmm.
Other communities, you get one chance. I'm gonna try to help you through this rehab. You get one chance, and then off you go. You're not gonna drag the whole family down. They don't play that.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. That's when we had to step up our game, something different. So TC.
Yes. Just wanted to say kudos to y'all. Do y'all turkey thing. Thank you so much for that and the trimmings and the ham, turkey ham, whatever it is, and things of that nature. And thank you so much for that. And I just want to say to the sister, you are so absolutely right, because I advocate for young people who want to go to college. Although I had to change how I thought about some things just recently, Sheila, recently to the chat, because guess what? When I talk to the sheet metal union workers, to the carpenters union, the electrical unions, and things of that nature, they have programs within their own unions, and they are doing all that they can to try to get young men and young girls in their union as apprentices. So they go through the program. 2 years, they get paid. Like Sheila is saying, they get paid. They get transportation money. They get money, a clothing stipend. They have to show up and not have their urine be too hot. You dig what I'm saying? Okay. And so they have to be ready to produce and to work. Being a carpenter is no easy thing. You have to know mathematics. You have to know conversions. You have to know square footage. You have to know some things. It's not just, oh, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to start building a house. Right. No, it's not. It doesn't work that way. I'm going to build a bridge. No. You have to learn, and you have to start from somewhere. And so I appreciate what you both are saying. And that's the reason why, I had to change my whole look. HBCUs, I'm all about it. And I'm always going to be about it. That's bottom daggone line. North Carolina A&T, Lincoln University, my two. Howsoever, there are some other vocational schools and trade schools that are doing a doggone thing. And when those brothers, when we gave out our turkey, Sheila, on Saturday, those white guys said that they start out $24 an hour for an apprentice.
Right.
They go up as they graduate. They go up to, okay, that might not be a lot for a whole lot of folks here, because I know everybody balling, everybody balling. But for a young person, hopefully not a whole lot of kids, if any. That's a start if you're living with your parents or whomever. And they go up to $40 after they graduate, and then it's an ongoing. It goes up and up from there, depending on, and of course, evaluations and stuff like that. And you're gonna be evaluated. You have to be to work on time. You have to, make sure that you pass your tests. You have to get certified. You're going to have to get a license from your state.
You know what, TC, and that's another thing we had too. We had I had bought the LPN program and the engineer program. So we had
there you go.
These kids are like, and a lot of black males is getting into that LPN program.
Yes. Yes. So, good.
Let me tell you something.
Perfect.
Our kids are set lovely. But the end of the day is, I just want to bring this, and I like, you know what, and I'm going to be off for YouTube, like in and out for a little while, because now it's getting heated. It's getting heated. With this thing, our whole city just had to shut down. And we just had to come to the table. We just had to bring different things. And I'm like, you know what? I got a call and Sheila, we need your help again. Okay. So
there you go. That's right. And guess what, Sheila? Let me say this to my sisters. 2022, sisters, be in alignment for your assignment. Because all the while we've been saying and we've been doing these things and we've been talking about programs and we've been talking about things to the various leaders in the community. They don't listen to women because folks are knuckleheads and they hard-headed. But guess what? 2022 is going to rear it all off. It's going to start it. They're going to come back and ask for you, Sheila, and they're going to pay you and appreciate you for your time because they have not appreciated the divine feminine energy for their time. Not to mention, you give birth. Feminine energy gives birth 9 months and you almost die to give birth. How dare they not listen to the goddesses of the world? How dare they? But they haven't.
Sis, we out here doing it. Whether they give us permission or not, we out here doing it. I mean,
I know that. No. I'm not talking about. No. I'm not talking about permission. There's a reset that's getting ready to happen. We've been doing it. The Black women are the rocks, and we are the rocks of our community. Always have been, and they never stopped. In jail and everything, with all the crap. Here's what I'm saying. Now, there's money out there. Let me explain. There's always an abundance. You just got to know who and where to go to get it, and you have to be qualified to get it. Mm-hmm. They're coming back for you, women, us, women, me, you, the lady on the, all of y'all that's in the chat, sisters. They're coming back for us because they know that we have the compassion and the love and the unconditional love. That's what's gonna solve this issue.
And TC, the end of the day is, like I said, I don't want them to do that to our young Black males, because the end of the day is they're going through a lot. I know they're going through a lot, the pressure at home and a lot going on, and I try to take that into consideration. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And I don't listen. That's fine, but the divine masculine energy had an opportunity to come to a resolve. It did not happen because we have to come to a resolve together. Okay? It's not you're better than me and blaming and putting the blame game. It's about, listen to us sometime. Listen, I was trying to get this gentleman yesterday and I'm talking to him about his business and he says, oh, I only need $3,000 to start up my business. I said, bruh, what you're getting ready to do, it's going to require at least $25,000 if you do it right. And nobody's going to take you serious with a $3,000 startup business. Hey. Nobody.
Yeah, that's how I had to get ready to go. I got to get ready to go to this meeting, but I just want
to. We know what to do. Reading, writing, arithmetic, write proficiently, learn how to do proposals and executive summary, learn how to do these things, and learn how to master that technology. Oh boy.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go, sis, but I want to tell you, you vote with the good kids in mind. Vote with the kids that want to do for the community. We don't want them killed.
And that's what I was saying too. I put all that in consideration. Believe me, I have. Let me tell you something. When it comes to stuff like that, I ain't no joke. I had every little thing. I'm looking at everything. So that's why they can't crawl out and say nothing. So when I bring it, I bring it.
Yeah, no. You vote with the because I think everybody's getting tired. They're getting tired. And I am getting killed.
Noble, Bonnie, good morning. And I am. And that's why I couldn't really sleep last night. And I was like, you know what? Let me just ask my YouTube family this. And I just want to thank y'all for y'all input.
Yeah.
And, I'm back at it again. And like I said, I'm not gonna be on YouTube like that because this really hurt my heart. Because when you think about programs and stuff I had set, me and my team had came up and they're doing other stuff. And then you had to go right back to it. They got to get the one who came up with it back to the table to really come up with solutions again. Because the ones who really had a heart, some of them dead and gone. They done left or whatever. This one I had came back to New York. And now I'm ready to leave. So before I leave, I said I can at least do this. Because now again, people go ready to run for next year. So my thing is set the stage now for all this going on. So the meanwhile, I just want to say thank you guys for your input. I'm sure I'm gonna have them look at this video, and this is something serious because the end of the day is I'm not trying to put a stronghold on our black males. Like I said, if it happened the first time or whatever, no, consequences or nothing like that. But the end of the day is these parents, majority of them know what their kids are doing. When is we gonna hold them accountable? And that's all I want to ask y'all. Would you think I was being wrong for saying that? Was I wrong for saying that? And
no,
I have other stuff that I would just yeah, okay.
No, because people we all have a right to walk around and not be shot at, and no, you don't listen. We don't have to apologize. Listen, you and I are out here in these streets with our sleeves rolled up doing the work, and we don't want the good kids shot that we trying to save. So you're right. You vote with your heart and let the Lord lead you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's all I said too. But thank you again for coming up. Thank you. We love you guys. Okay. Y'all have a blessed day.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.